Friends, today, from the soil of Bihar, I say to the whole world, India will identify, track and punish every terrorist and their backers. We will pursue them to the ends of the earth. India's spirit will never be broken by terrorism. Terrorism will not go unpunished. Every effort will be made to ensure that justice is done. The entire nation is firm in this resolve. Everyone who believes in humanity is with us. I thank the people of various countries and their leaders who have stood with us in these times.
Right, you can hear how governments and leaders deal with the issue of terrorism as opposed to what happens in Nigeria. This is a leader from India that addresses the media, addresses the crowd. He addressed the crowds concerning the issue of terrorism and the will with which they intend to tackle terrorism. These are people that do not give heed or do not give leverage to terrorists. He said they are going to track them, they will identify them, and they will punish them. But look at Nigeria. In Nigeria, the government tolerates them. They have a what we call safe corridor, Operation Safe Corridor, where terrorists are allegedly, rehabilitated and reintegrated back into the society. They are unleashed back to the society, not minding how the victims of terrorism will feel. This is the situation wherein we find ourselves. The question I want to ask is, a government that tolerates terrorism, what do you call them? Please drop that in the comment section. I would like to talk about a few issues, from the issue of terrorism and also the need for the people to defend themselves. And I'm going to bring some personalities that have spoken, in support of people rising to defend themselves. For the purpose of the video not to be too long, I wouldn't want to bring more, but I'm going to pick just a few and bring them to the table so that we hear what these people are saying. You can hear from India. That's a leader from India speaking. Now, one other notable personality I want to bring is T.Y. Danjuma, General T.Y. Danjuma, who have spoken years back on the need for the people to rise and defend themselves. He said the military colludes with terrorists, and the military denied it. This year again, he has reaffirmed his stand. He said it again, and he has given facts. Just listen to the video. I'll be right back.
Some few years ago, I warned that the armed forces are either not capable or unwilling to protect us, and that we must defend ourselves. The first denial of what I said came from the Ministry of Defense. They said I was lying. And they set up a kangaroo board of inquiry to investigate the truth or otherwise of what I spoke. And they invited me to come and testify. I did not go. I did not go. They wrote that report which said that I was only speculating, that there was no evidence. And now there is evidence. The whole country now is being run and overrun. And one very clear thing that is happening is that these foreign invaders, they are not even Muslims. A lot of the casualties inflicted on the land are on Muslims. They are destroying even mosques, but they were allowed to come into the country by our government. Now, as a soldier, my training teaches me that the best defense is attack. Right now, we are all sitting ducks. These people are armed to the teeth with all the weapons of mass destruction, and we don't have them. But we have the numbers, and the land belongs to us. They are trying to recolonize us and take over our land. Can I allow you to defend yourselves? Your Majesty, you heard what they've said. You must then unite our people. A lot of the attacks that I got was from our people. They said I told them to defend themselves. I didn't give them arms. I will not give you arms. Find out how these people who have it got it.
All right, welcome back. You've heard General T.Y. Danjuma himself, what he said. Like I usually say, one of my favorite quotes is that when injustice becomes a law, rebellion becomes a duty. When the government should know that when they legalize injustice, then it is a duty of the citizens to ensure that they rebel against that government. As a government, you want your legacy, you want people, to recognize you. Then you must ensure justice. But when you tilt towards injustice, especially as it regards the killings of persons, families, communities being wiped away. Yet you turn a blind eye. You handle the matter with kid's glove. You downplay it. Then you are giving people the opportunity to rise and ensure that rebellion becomes the order of the day. You heard what Tiwa Danjuma said. He is not alone in this. The DSS boss has re-echoed what Tiwa Danjuma said. And I don't want to talk much on that so that it will not be as if I am making it up. Listen to the video.
Speaking seriously about the practical approach to mobilizing to curb insecurity, I'll share experience with you when I was state director in Bauchi. Most of you will remember an incident in Azari. A group of terrorists, the Boko Haram, then had invaded Azari. They were shooting in an attempt to kidnap, and the community chased them. They killed some members of the community, but the community members killed all of them. The last guy, Khalid, climbed onto a tree and was firing. The community stood, they were resilient, and they killed Khalid. Since that day, there has not been one terrorist attack in Azari. As a matter of fact, the former head of state, General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, said, and I quote, "If we want to stop or curb this terrorism, we shall emulate the Azari example." Tafawa Balewa also happened to be a local government in Bauchi that was always in flames. And the people of Bogoro and some part of Tafawa Balewa, where the Sayawas are, rose up on one occasion. They knew their terrain better, climbed onto trees and mountains. And when the invaders came, they did not only repel them, they seized their weapons. And since then, you can attest to it that you hardly hear about Tafawa Balewa again. What I'm trying to say, the practical approach to mobilizing people, is that you have to get everyone involved. You do not expect the Nigerian Army, police, DSS, to protect every Nigerian or every community. It is not going to work. In the US, if you visit someone in the house, you will be shocked that when the guy hears a police siren, he will just pull his drawer, bring out his gun and keep it. So one of my hosts did that, and I asked him, "Why are you putting gun here?" He said, "Well, if they are chasing someone and he enters my house, I'll shoot him first." And that is the layer we have to start thinking about. How can you create first line of defense? The military, police, and other security agencies are to deal with the bigger ones, the organized ones. But it is impossible for us to deploy to every community in the country. It is unimaginable that any security agencies that has the resources to do it. So as we live here, we all belong to one community or the other. What we have to start experimenting is how we can make the community to prepare first, if the first line of defense for us. General Wahab said it clearly. And for me, there are 3 takeaways from his lecture. By the way, the general and I were guest speaker at one program in our office, so I was not surprised at his dexterity. He has developed some sort of expertise in what he does. But 3 things for me. he asks us a question. What is our own culture? Our culture is communal. We do things together. Festival together. Ceremonies together. Wedding ceremony, whatever. So why can't we fight some miscreants, some charlatans among us together? The community should say, you cannot come here. This is what Tafawa Balewa has done. If you go to that community to attack them, you'll be sorry for yourself. I challenge anybody to try it. And this is the way we have to do. We have to allow some level of armament for the communities, and they can serve as the first line of defense.
Welcome back. You heard it for yourselves. These are people who are within the corridors of power. The DSS boss is somebody who has information, security information at the tip of his fingers. And this is what he is saying. It has gotten to a point whereby, such people will come out and speak in this manner. You should be able to know that it is a serious matter. Security should not be left in the hands of the security forces. Now, my message to those communities that are being attacked: stop crying about the government, asking the government to come and protect you. The government can never protect you. This government, I assure you, can never protect you. If you continue crying, that is how you will be wiped away. Gather yourselves, mobilize yourselves, and defend your lands. That is just the best thing. The only language that these marauders understand is violence. So gather and make sure that you rise and defend yourselves. Like I said, if you wait for the government to defend you, I'm sorry, this government, they are already busy with the 2027 gimmicks. They are already planning towards 2027. So your lives don't matter anymore. They don't need you. They don't need you. After all, they know how they can get their way back to power. So they don't need you anymore. You're not more useful. Yeah, when it is time, they will come and share what they used to share as usual. That is just the thing that they do. So I am urging us to come together as a people, to know that we have a threat, an existential threat, that if we don't stand against such marauders, then we will all be wiped, and the government can do nothing about it. So you've heard from the DSS board. But then I would like to comment on what two personalities said. The Sultan of Sokoto said social media is a terrorist organization. And like I said in one of my videos, I said I believe that the reason why Sultan of Sokoto is not comfortable, or was not comfortable with the social media, is because of the fact that the activities of these Fulanis are being exposed, and these are his people. He has not come out and taken a stand and addressed these people. If these are Fulanis and his kith and kin, and he is not able to address them, that means he is with them. If he is not with them and he addresses them, he has the right to ask the government to flush them out. But has he done that? No, he hasn't. That's one. Secondly, the governor of Jigawa State that came out and said that he is not in support of people, arming themselves to defend themselves, that it will cause chaos. I mean, like seriously, communities are being wiped away. That has not caused chaos. But the people rising to defend themselves is what will cause chaos. This is how some of these so-called leaders are thinking. This is how they think. This is how they reason. My people, it is time to rise up. Look at what happened in a farm. Look at the Fulani herders killing the farmers, and then while the dead bodies are there, look at the cows, feeding on the crops, and they have the infantry They have the effrontery to film this and put it up on social media. They are just everywhere on social media. The security cannot track them. The DSS all of a sudden, have gone to sleep. They have hibernated. They don't know the whereabouts. They don't know how they can track them. But if you speak against the government, that's when they know your location. They can track you. So there is a kind of a conspiracy against the people of Nigeria. Most of the times they said these are not citizens of Nigeria. The question now is, what stops the government from going after them? Sheikh Gumi has also said they are fighters. He said it.
To cikin 'yan takarar nan ina bin lafazin su, na ga lafazin wa'yansu suna jiran wai kawai a ba su mulki ne su ƙara makamai da za a mulkushe mayaƙanmu a cikin daji, mutanenmu a cikin daji.
Sheikh Gumi is still in this country. We have the DSS in this country. He has never been invited because he's above the law. There are separate laws in this country. There are laws, for the poor, and there are laws for the rich and mighty. The vulnerable are on their own. The Nigerians are on their own. So it is high time for our people to rise up against these people. Self-defense is not a crime. It is high time we rise to defend ourselves. Listen to the stakeholders that have spoken. These are stakeholders that have spoken about self-defense. The DSS boss gave example of Bauchi, Azare, to be precise. You heard him. My own locality, my own community is one good example. If our people had folded their hands and cried to the government, we would have been wiped out. Most of those villages would have been wiped out. And there are other communities that are doing such things. Therefore, I am urging the rest of the communities to rise up, come together, make it a decree, a rule. An injury to one is injury to all, and rise up and fight. For people like Plateau, for people of Plateau, Benue, and Kaduna especially, the settlements, when people attack in this area, the people of this area, they'll just fold their hands and say, no, it's not us. We are not being attacked. That is the reason why these things are continuing. But by the time that these people will mobilize and go on, and help this community, you discover that these people will be scared. I'm going to end with this. Somebody said, if you have a mad dog in your streets, he says, hold a big stick. Hold a big stick. So it is high time for communities to hold a big stick. These people are getting bolder and bolder by the day. The Borno State governor is crying now that the Boko Haram has started regrouping again. If a governor can cry like that, then we know that we are in serious danger. A governor that have powers, that have security architecture under him, he can cry like that, then you know that we are in serious danger. A general was recently kidnapped. They have to gather, his fellow generals who have to come together to gather the money, and ask people to contribute to go and rescue him from kidnappers. They paid ransom to rescue a general. It happened in this country. Then it is time for us to wake up. A word is enough for the wise.